Well guys, we're back in the shop. Got the 92 back in here, so we're gonna do some work to that. I just have a little bit of time on the weekend to work on that. I got a speedster cover here that we painted. We had the guys at the body shop paint. We're gonna mask this off, get the black put back on it. They painted the bottom side for me, kind of a matte black or a semi-gloss, like something that would look correct. And it's a automotive grade paint, so it's gonna last for a long time. So we're gonna work on that. We're gonna try and do some work to the door panels of the 92. And while we're at it, we're gonna kind of put the 86 to hibernation mode. Tucked away for the winter, just going to take the battery out. I got it in the ultra heavy duty homemade battery box. So we're going to work on that, and then after supper we're going to go and get back into the shop and try and get some kind of work done on the 92. You know, I find on working on cars like this, like on the 92, I stand back and look at stuff for an extended period of time. But I guess I just want to make sure everything is right, you know. Yeah, every year, gotta pull the battery out of this, keep it in warm storage. I could have bought a battery box, but this one's pretty beefy, and I don't mind having a little extra weight over the rear tires, if you know what I mean. One other thing I like to do, just as a little safety measure for rodents, I got bounce sheets. Yeah, just take bounce sheets and just kind of throw them under the seats. I guess the mice don't like that, so don't let them have anything that they like. So throw some bounce sheets in, throw it in the hatch. The less stuff you have in your car, the better, because mice like to get underneath stuff, and sometimes it's good to pop up the back seat. One other thing, I'm not going to close this all the way just in case. Also put some stainless steel screen mesh over the exhaust pipes. If I forget to take them off and I move the car, they might blow off, but it's not going to be the end of the world. And I guess shake off the car cover, push the car back, and see you later for a few months. Okay, here's what I've been doing. I've been getting my hands dirty. I got kind of like a black, it's a, it's not silicone, it's kind of almost like a liquid butyl, for lack of better words. Here's what I've been doing. I've been filling in these little gaps. Because if you notice from the factory, they did have a sealant in there. And there's a little bit sticking up. I can wipe that off later. I want it to set up. The idea is you don't want to get moisture sitting in here, so we're blocking it off. What I did do is, let's see, well, here's what I'm using right here. Dynaflex 230. It's a black premium elastometric sealant. What I've been doing is I've been putting some tape down, and then I just want to fill in that crack. What I was doing, I was test fitting my quarter windows, and this one butts up against the trim perfectly. The other side I had to take it off because there was a gap. So here, let's peel this bad boy back. And where it bled out a bit, that'll come off. This stuff, it doesn't stick a crazy amount, but I want to fill that little microscopic gap. And like I said, from the factory, they did have a sealant in there, so it's a good idea. You want to put it back in. Let's get that last piece off and see what happens. Good old masking tape saves the day. So, let's see if we can zoom in on there. It's really good. Yeah. Like I said, that one little bit there, that's nothing. That'll wipe off. That'll come right off. It'll just roll right off the fresh paint. I think work on this speedster cover next. We're gonna mask off the lines we need to get this area painted black. It's a nice cover. I've got to get some brackets for it. We had it masked from when it was painted. The other side is black. So we're going to work on that. I get that to the body shop on Monday or Tuesday. I'll phone them, see when they can get this in. It's not a big job, obviously, but they've got a lot of other stuff they got to be doing too. And we're going to get back at these door panels. I got to put the speakers in. I got to put my door handles in. And because, you know, once I button the doors up, it's just going to be that much less stuff that's sitting around the shop. So we're going to put some sound deadening on the doors as well, just to make the car a little bit extra quieter. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to seal off those holes, the bigger holes, and then I could put my sound deadener over top. It's kind of like Dynamat. It's a Performance World product. So if you're wondering, I got the passenger seat in because it was cleaner. I still have my piles of Foxbody seats to shampoo yet. So if you're wondering what the speedster cover is going on, that's actually what that is. It's a 95 Mustang convertible and it's white. And I just love the way those look on those cars. It's there is a styling bar with it on the car. So right now we got this one. I had to change the clutch in this car. When I got the car, the day I bought it, there was a vibration to it. If you went to go through the gears, there was just a massive vibration. And I didn't care about the mechanics of the car. I wanted a car that had original paint and no accidents. That was, mechanical stuff doesn't matter. It can be stuff like a clutch or whatever, that's maintenance. So the clutch had actually been changed in that thing. And I think it was the most basic clutch, the cheapest one you'll ever find on anywhere. It was just basically, this is so hard to believe, when I took the clutch out, the pilot bearing fell out of the end of the crankshaft. The disc, the pressure plate, they look good, but I wasn't about to put something back in that caused a vibration. So when I was under the car, somebody had undercoated the car probably 15, 20 years ago. Who knows how long ago, because it is a 95. And just for the heck of it, I took some either Varsol or brake clean, and, you know, of course I had the exhaust out, the transmission out, everything else. So I wiped a bit of the undercoating, and it came off. It wasn't that thick. It was sort of a oil-based or asphalt-based undercoating. So I did a little spot, and I did a bit more, and I did a bit more. And it took me quite a while, but I took all the undercoating off the underside of the car. When it came time to get to the differential, it's hard to work around. Well, you know, the control arms, they kind of didn't look perfect. You know, it's an old car, it's an older car. So I took those off and I sandblasted them. I'll just show you some of the stuff I did here. Put some new shocks and struts. This is the springs that came on the car, so I just cleaned them up. This is all dusty again, but I took the exhaust off. I cleaned it. That's not painted, that's cleaned. The rear differential, basically I didn't want the edges of the rotors to rust so easily, so that's why I painted them. It's not correct to have this painted. It was just painted up to here somewhere. But I put new brake lines on. I sandblasted the calipers, new brake pads, new e-brake cables. I even went as far as putting one of the labels back on that was still existing for the brake cable. You know, just did a real nice tidy up of the bottom side of the car. So, has Borla exhaust. So that's what I was doing to that one. So I want to finish up at the body shop with the bill for, I had the hood painted on the 95, and we're going to start sanding that front of the speedster cover. Well, we got the speedster cover all sanded down and taped off, and let's see how we did. It took me a few tries, but I think I got the lines how I want them. And we'll take this to the body shop on Monday or Tuesday and get the black sprayed on it. And then we want to work on this thing. I finished off with the sealant that goes in the windows. That gap is normal now. I've got a good gap on the other side up here, so I'm just waiting for more primer to come for these quarter windows. And they're going to be painted a satin black to match. It'll be the same black as the rest of this, obviously. That's our update for tonight. Hopefully maybe tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon we're going to work on the white car some more and get some headway. This is obviously just finishing up a project that needed to get done. And once we get this white car, once we get the GT kind of squared away for the most part, we're going to start working on this one, the 95. I've got actually a lot of stuff going on. We got we'll be putting the motor back in. I'm not really restoring it, but the underside's getting a light restoration. It's going to be fairly original. I don't plan on doing too much with it. It's kind of a car I just want to keep it fairly original, but that's another story. Okay, we will see you guys tomorrow, and we'll keep cruising on the parts of the 92.